At the beginning of the story, we are taken to a snowy mountain. We see an injured man resting in a cave. A man called this person a fool. He asked him if he believed that he will be able to escape the inescapable encirclement. The man asked the injured person to tell him where the ancient relic is hidden. The injured man smiled when he heard this. He called the man in front of him an idiot. He asked him if he would give up the location if he was in the same position as him. The injured man appears to have lost both of his arms. His arms were lying next to him and his sword was on the ground. The man's partner was annoyed to hear his response. He called him an arrogant bastard. He wanted to attack our protagonist. The man stopped him. He told him that they need to contact the main squad first. The man took out a magic stone and informed the squad that they have gotten the Northern Phantom. He asked them to confirm their coordinates. The main squad confirmed their coordinates. They told him that they will be there soon. The man told our boy that he is quite persistent. He never expected him to still be alive even after his arms got cut off. He asked the Northern Phantom to tell him the reason why he is after the same relic as the Emperor. His partner said that the Northern Phantom does not have any reason. He said that he is probably trying to annoy them. He told the man that they suffered for many days because of the Northern Phantom. He said that they need to have some fun with him before the main squad arrives. He wanted to pay our boy back for the hardship he made them go through. The man placed his hand on his sword. He asked the Northern Phantom to brace himself. He promised him that they won't stop until he desperately begs them for mercy. His partner said that they need to decide on who will start first. The men decided to flip a coin. The partner said that he is going first if it is heads. While they were looking at the coin, the Northern Phantom picked his arm up with his teeth. He moved it close to his elbow. His arm began to repair itself. He told himself that he will not let things end without him doing anything. The Northern Phantom is the first failed awakener of the Draker household. His real name is Zeke Draker. Because he was born into the Great Dragon Slayer household with a body that can't use aura, he failed to awaken. This should have been impossible for a knight. He was treated like trash and chased out of his household. This is why he did everything he could to become stronger. The moment his arm got healed, he stood up and charged at the men at the same time. The coin just landed in the partner's hand. When he opened his hand, he saw that it was on heads. He was happy to see this. While he was smiling, Zeke beheaded him. Someone once told our boy that if all he pursues is strength, he will have nothing in the end. Zeke believed that this was some bullshit only said by the strong. He knew that those who are weak will be trampled on by the strong and what belongs to them will be stolen. This was the truth of this world. The man was shocked to see that Zeke killed his partner. He quickly took out his sword. The Northern Phantom turned around and charged at him. He destroyed his sword with a single strike and cut him down. The moment he did this, he sensed someone's presence. He used his right hand to pick up his other arm. He moved it close to his elbow and began to heal it. When he saw the men from the main squad, he told himself that he won't be able to escape. The men were shocked to see how Zeke was attaching his arm back together. They realized that he was an irregular. They were grossed out by him. One of them said that Zeke will still die if they cut off his head. The moment he said this, they charged at him. They surrounded the Northern Phantom and attacked him from every angle. By the time the fight was over, Zeke had multiple swords sticking out of him. Fortunately, he managed to eliminate every single person from the main squad. Our boy spat out some blood. He realized that he was going to die soon. Even though he couldn't take his revenge, he still managed to steal something the Emperor was after. He believed that this was an achievement. He put his hand into his clothes and took out a small sculpture of a dragon. With a smile on his face, Zeke said sorry to someone known as Alicia. While he was smiling, blood from his head dropped on the sculpture's head. The moment this happened, the sculpture released a bright golden light. A huge golden dragon appeared behind Zeke. Someone was underneath this dragon. The person stood behind our boy. A status window appeared and said that the soul of the Elder Dragon has been engraved upon the will of the one who persists. It said that an urgent measure has been activated. It asked Zeke if he agrees. Our boy believed that he was hearing random noise now that he was about to die. The system asked him again if he agrees. Zeke asked the system to keep quiet. He asked it to do as it pleases. The system took this as Zeke agreeing to its measures. It said that an irreversible promised power is being activated. It said that a countdown will begin now. The system began to count down from 5. This was the last thing Zeke remembered before he woke up in the body of a little boy. He wondered if he went back in time. He took a look at a mirror. He could not believe that he had returned to his younger body. he could still vividly feel the sensation of the sword stuck on his body. Zeke fell on the bed. He noticed that the place looked familiar. He quickly realized that he was in the Cradle. The Cradle is the Draker Household Training Institution. The Draker family is the Dragon Slayer family. It is one of the top 3 great transcendent households. Tarakan Draker was the hero who saved the continent by killing the evil dragon Bahamut in the war 1,000 years ago. His descendants founded the current Draker household. Perhaps it was because they were descendants of the Dragon Slayer. But all the descendants of the Draker bloodline had the blessing of aura. They were able to easily awaken their high-level aura. They became knights. All of them were able to do this except Zeke. While he was resting, the administration system told him that it was restarting. Zeke quickly stood up. He wondered if he was hearing things. The system said that his soul has been confirmed. It said that his soul has been 100% aligned. It said that the soul of the Chosen Awakener has received the will of the Elder Dragon and has completely merged. Zeke was shocked to hear this. The system told him that he has the authority to a part of it. It welcomed our boy and activated the status window. It showed him several windows. Zeke was surprised to see the magic video-like things. He wondered if an artifact got activated. The system opened the status window and displayed Zeke's information to him. It showed him a low-rank administrator status window. It displayed his name. It showed his class, which was healer. His class was rare. The title he had was the one who received the blessing of the ancient dragon. He had class skills, normal skills, and draconian skill. Our boy noticed that he could push his hand through the status window and he could also navigate through it in the same manner. He wondered about what class skills were. The class skills he possessed were healing, composed mind, vigor recovery, and heightened senses. While looking at his class skills, Zeke remembered something that his master told him. His master once said that people of the ancient world categorized themselves into classes depending on what they were good at. Each class would train in specialized techniques known as skills. He told Zeke that his skill will be known as healing since his class is healer. After he awakened, his master trained him to the point that he was on the verge of death. According to his status window, Zeke is already a healer. He decided to test it out. He wanted to see if the status window was telling the truth. In his past life, Zeke became a healer when he was in his 20s right after his ether hall was unlocked. Zeke carefully circulated an energy around his body. He was happy to see that his ether hall is already unlocked. Thanks to this, he was able to understand his situation. Even though his trained body no longer exists, he returned to the past with his skills and memories. Compared to who he was before his regression, Zeke was in a much advantageous position. In order to make use of the system, he needed to find out about the things at his disposal. Before he could carefully assess his status window, someone knocked on his door. The person referred to him as Master Zeke. He asked him if he can step in. Our boy began to panic. The man outside asked him to stop acting like he isn't inside. Zeke did not know what to do. He had not yet finished reading the status window. He wondered about how he was going to turn it off. The man opened the door and stepped into our boy's room. Zeke tried to ask him to wait. The man who appears to be his butler asked him about why he is not prepared. He asked him about what he has been doing. This man is Zeke's exclusive servant. His name is Decker. Zeke moved his hand around his status window. He noticed that Decker could not see his status window. He asked him about what he is supposed to prepare for. With a scary look on his face, Decker asked his master if he is really asking him this question. Zeke began to tremble when he saw the look on the man's face. He remembered that he was quite scared of Decker when he was young. Although he had the mind of a 32-year-old, he could still feel the fear that was engraved into his body. While he was trembling, the system activated a class skill known as Composed Mind. He quickly stopped shaking. He was surprised to see that his nervousness disappeared in an instant. Composed Mind allows the mental state of the user to not be shaken regardless of the situation. Zeke did not expect this to be a skill. He found it convenient that it activates automatically. Decker told his master that he has repeatedly said that the event is important. He noticed that Zeke wasn't looking at him. He asked him if he is listening. Our boy assured him that he is. He told him that he must be talking about the evaluation test. The test is known as Pancration. Our boy seemed to have a bad memory of this event. All Drakers go through a training system called the Cradle starting from when they are 7 years old. For 5 years, they go through strict basic training. The instructors evaluate the incoming students each year through competitions of swordsmanship as well as combat of Pancration without rules. The opponents are chosen by the instructor, but there are occasions where the students choose who they want to fight. Both combatants must consent to the fight. Because there are no rules, there are people who come out of the fight with injuries. In some cases, some don't make it out alive. Because this competition is what chooses the class the students are placed into within the academy, the children have no choice but to fight with all they have. The scene shifts, and we see the students gathered at the training ground. Their instructor was speaking to them. He told them that this is the last part of their evaluation. The man is the head instructor. His name is Mark. Mark told them that they will start right away. He asked them to prepare themselves. The students accepted his order. While Zeke was standing in line, the other students spoke about the humiliation he faced last year. They wondered why Zeke would come there after facing such a terrible humiliation. They said that they would have ran away if they were him. The students questioned if our boy was really from the direct bloodline of the family. Zeke could not believe that they were openly speaking about him. A boy known as Aaron was asked to get on the stage. He and his opponent took a stance. Mark swung his hand and asked them to start the fight. Aaron charged at the boy. The boy saw Aaron's hand coming towards his face. He believed that he could dodge it. While he was distracted, Aaron used his leg to hit him on his chin. The boy fell to the ground. Zeke was not surprised to see how the boy lost. He believed that it was expected because the boy did not get into a proper defense position. Since the boy known as Gata was unable to fight again, the instructor announced that Aaron won the fight. Zeke could not believe that he was terrified of this stupid match when he was younger. The students were nothing to him. He yawned because he found the match boring. On the other side of the arena, a student watched our boy. With an evil smile on his face, the boy cracked his knuckles. The scene shifts and we see Zeke and his opponent on the stage. His opponent was the boy that was cracking his knuckles. The boy's name is Leon. The instructor asked the two of them if they are ready. They both said that they are. Zeke did not like the fact that his opponent was Leon. With a smile on his face, Leon asked our boy about why he is back. He asked him if he didn't get enough of his attention last year. Zeke remembered how he begged for his life from Leon when he was younger. The boy beat him up badly. He had to beg him to spare him. Our boy was not surprised to see that Leon was his opponent. The boy is always his opponent every year. He knew that Leon must have pulled some strings from behind the scenes. Our boy knew that his household would tell him that he needs to be able to overcome such dirty tricks in order to be a true dragon slayer. Zeke found this to be bullshit. He could not believe that this piece of shit was his cousin. In his past life, the 4 siblings of the direct bloodline never had the chance to meet. However, there were more than a dozen cousins who were more than willing to bully him. Leon commended Zeke for coming back out after getting beat up. He told him that he is really brave. He asked him if he did not learn his lesson because he is so inferior. The system activated the composed mind skill to calm our boy. He realized that it had been a while since he last heard his cousin's stupid insults. With a serious look on his face, he told Leon that he won't be nice if he calls him inferior again. Leon placed his hand on his head. He asked Zeke about what he is going to do. He called him an inferior piece of shit. The moment he said this, Zeke gave him a punch on his face. The attack pushed him back. When our boy punched his cousin, critical strike was activated. The skill inflicts critical damage on the enemy. It may be countered if the attack failed to hit the person. Leon screamed out in pain. Zeke took a look at his hand. He only wanted to knock Leon out. He did not expect a skill to be activated when he punched in his normal style. The instructor asked Zeke about what he is doing. He quickly ran to check on Leon. He told our boy that he attacked before he asked them to start. Zeke told Mark that no one says ready, set, and go on the battlefield. With a smile on his face, he said that the person who hits first has the advantage. Mark became nervous. He noticed that he could sense bloodlust from Zeke. Leon told the instructor that he is fine. He pushed himself up and asked Mark to begin the fight. With a look of anger on his face, he said that he will kill the inferior piece of shit. Zeke smiled when he heard this. He told his cousin that he is too stupid to learn his lesson. The instructor swung his hand and asked them to start. Leon quickly charged at our boy. When he got close to him, Zeke attacked him with multiple punches. Leon was able to block it by putting his guard up. He noticed that Zeke's punches did not have a lot of power to them. He was scared because of the punch our boy gave him earlier. He could not believe that Zeke's fist didn't hurt at all. He was certain that our boy was not a threat to him as long as his guard was up. The only thing he was cautious of was Zeke's left hand counter. When Zeke swung his left hand at his cousin, he dodged it by going low. He could not believe that our boy would use such an obvious attack. He grabbed his leg and tried to push him down. He called him an inferior piece of shit and asked him to die. Before he could push Zeke down, he felt some pain in his head. He quickly moved back. The instructor was shocked to see what just happened. He could not believe that a 12-year-old had this level of combat sense. The moment Leon dodged Zeke's counter and tried to take him down, Mark assumed that Leon was going to win. However, Zeke punched Leon's chin and got out of his grasp. It was Leon's fault that he let his guard down thinking that he had our boy. However, Zeke was different. He was still composed despite the fact that his counter failed. The concentration and precision needed to inflict such exact and effective damage is crazy. Mark wondered if this is the same Zeke that he knows. Leon was trembling. He had not recovered from the damage. He knew that he needed to create some distance between himself and our boy. Before he could move, Zeke closed the gap between themselves. He hit him in his leg. Leon was shocked to feel the pain in his leg. He wondered about how Zeke was so strong when his body is so small. He charged at him out of anger. Our boy realized that he was able to control his strength when he hit Leon in his leg. When Leon's fist got close to his face, another class skill got activated. The skill is known as heightened senses. It heightens his senses temporarily. Zeke saw his cousin's hand moving in slow motion. The feeling of the skill felt familiar to him. Since he had gotten used to controlling ether, our boy decided to end the fight. He covered his arms with the energy and grabbed Leon's hand. He slammed the bastard on the ground with a large amount of force. The instructor was shocked to see this. A skill known as precise stab got activated. The skill allows Zeke to stab the weak point of the enemy for critical damage. Zeke used his elbow to hit Leon's rib. He got on top of him and covered his hand with ether. He grabbed his neck and told him that even an idiot like him will be able to learn his lesson. The moment he said this, he began to punch Leon on his face. The boy begged him to stop, but Zeke did not listen. He continued beating him up. The instructor and the other students were shocked to see this. After beating him to his satisfaction, he stood up. Leon's body was covered in his own blood. Zeke told the bastard that this is what happens when he messes with him. After beating the shit out of his cousin, Zeke felt that his head was clear now that he had let out some sweat. He turned to the students and told them that he can now recognize them. He asked them to stop eyeballing him. He asked them to come to the stage if they have something to say. A boy with red hair stood up and called out to Zeke. He told him that he will choose him as his Pancration opponent. He said that he has something to say. This boy is Jakin Vardek. He is also Zeke's cousin. Our boy told him that he accepts his challenge. He told him that the fight will be too boring if it is only him. He asked someone known as Liam Stone to join Jakin. Liam is Jakin's servant. The boy was annoyed to see that Zeke asked his servant to join him. With a smile on his face, our boy told Jakin that it is now a fair fight. Jakin asked him if he just insulted him. With a bright smile on his face, Zeke called him a dumbass and told him that he did. Jakin was enraged by our boy's words. He promised to beat him to death. He and Liam went to the stage. The instructor asked Zeke to not do anything until he asked them to start. Our boy asked him not to worry about it. Zeke smiled when he saw Liam. He found it interesting to see the Mercenary King again. In his past life, Liam joined the Cradle and the Academy as Jakin's servant. But because he was a distant relative, he was left behind in education. He begged to join the higher education of the Academy known as Valhalla. He eventually ended up joining the Knight Order of a small nation called Baranon. Once Baranon fell, Liam became a mercenary. In those chaotic times, people flocked to the strong. With his long tenure as a mercenary, he became a Red Knight and started his own stone mercenaries. He united the three largest mercenary groups and was soon called the Mercenary King. As the Empire hired the stone mercenaries, Liam entered the Continental Wars. Our boy and the Northerners faced Liam as a foe. Zeke smiled when he thought of this. He realized that their relationship can be different in this life. The moment he thought of this, Mark asked them to begin. Jakin quickly charged at our boy. He attacked him when he got close to him. To the idiot's surprise, Zeke caught his fist. With a scary look on his face, he reminded the boy that he asked him to fight with Liam. Jakin took his hand back. He told Zeke that he will not play along with his cheap tricks. He quickly used his leg to attack our boy. He felt a large amount of pain in his leg. He quickly moved back. Zeke covered his elbow with ether and used it to block the attack. He advised his cousin to look properly before attacking. The pain in his leg was quite much. He wanted to take a look at it. The moment he looked at his leg, Zeke charged at him. He asked him if he is looking away. Jakin quickly put his arms up to block the attack. Immediately he did this. Zeke told him that he is too scared. He hit his injured leg when he said this. He told Jakin that he couldn't even predict this feint. He told him that this is the reason he asked them to fight together. He moved to his side and gave him a heavy punch on his ribs. Jakin spat out some blood. With a smile on his face, Zeke told the idiot that he is not enough alone. Jakin called out to Liam. He asked him to kill our boy. Liam took out a cloth and wrapped it around his arm. Zeke could not believe that this huge boy was also 12 years old like them. The most annoying thing about fighting Liam is his insane reach. Zeke knew that he won't be able to do anything if he lets Liam attack first. He realized that he needed to take the lead. He quickly charged at him. He launched several punches at him, but the boy managed to block them with his arm. A skill known as Slash got activated. It launches a barrage of attacks at the enemy. It allows Zeke to interfere with their sight. Our boy's attacks got faster. It was leaving afterimages everywhere. The other students were shocked to see this. They did not know what they were looking at. Even Mark was shocked. He knew that the students would be curious because they have never seen anything like this before. The technique Zeke was using was the Northern Fist fighting technique from the Midlands, a place where swords dominate. He wondered about how Zeke knew this technique. While he was attacking Liam, he began to breathe heavily. He realized that his body was really bad when he was younger. He could not believe that he was already tired from using this simple technique. Aside from this, Liam's monstrous physique was also a problem for him. He did not attack, neither did he dodge. He was simply taking it all in with his guard up. Zeke remembered that Liam was more aggressive in his time as a mercenary. Unfortunately for Zeke, his body was reaching its limit. He clenched his fist and gathered a large amount of ether. He wondered about how strong Liam's body is. He decided to take him down through his guard. He charged at Liam. To his surprise, the boy dodged his attack this time. He could not believe that Liam actually dodged the attack even though he can't see ether. Zeke realized that everyone in this place has some insane level of sense. Liam grabbed his hand and raised him up. He wanted to slam him on the ground. Before he could slam his body, Zeke hit him on his head and broke free from his hold. While he was above him, his heightened senses activated. He grabbed Liam's hand and moved to the ground. He locked his hand down and put his leg on his neck to choke him out. Zeke believed that no one can last without oxygen in their brain. While he was choking him, Liam began to attack fiercely. He punched him in his ribs. Zeke spat out some blood. He did not expect Liam to be this crazy. He decided to see who will come out on top. He held on to Liam. The boy did not give up. He continued to punch our boy. Apart from a single student, the rest felt disturbed by the sight they were seeing. Even Mark was nervous. Eventually, Liam's body gave out and our boy won the fight. The girl who was happy to see them fighting said that she expected this much from Zeke. With a smile on her face, she said that it will be worth it to take our boy down. The scene shifts and we are taken to Zeke's room. Decker was in the room with him. He heard that his master was greatly injured. He asked him if he is all right. Zeke assured him that he is fine. Decker asked his master to forgive him for his rude behavior. He told him that he wants to check his pulse. Zeke knew that his servant wanted to check if he had awakened his aura. He asked Decker to wait a bit. He put his shirt on and stretched out his hand. Decker grabbed his master's hand and pushed a blue energy into his body. Zeke was shocked to feel his energy. He did not expect Decker to be a blue knight. In order to check if someone has awakened, people take a look at their dantian. However, Decker was really thorough with the process. He was checking every part of Zeke's body. Imbuing someone else with aura is already quite difficult, yet Decker was able to precisely control his aura. Our boy was certain that he had to be a blue knight. Not all knights are the same. They are classified in accordance to their martial prowess and aura manipulation proficiency. The white swordsman is the novice level. Most children before the blessing rite are white swordsmen. Yellow swordsman is the level where a person has awakened aura and opened their dantian. All students of the cradle become yellow swordsmen after the blessing rite. Once they have learned to freely control aura, they receive the title of knight. The next level is purple knight. At this level, a person can reinforce their sword with aura. Blue knight is the next level. At this level, a person can manifest an aura blade. The realm for those who have transcended their limits. The realm which the mercenary king was in and the realm which our boy reached before his regression is known as Red Knight. There is another realm above this. It is the realm of Black Knights. There are very few monsters on the continent that are at this level. Zeke wondered why someone who is skilled enough to become a commander was babysitting him. Our boy knew that Decker won't be able to sense his ether. This is something only 2 people in the entire world can use. Decker let go of his master. He asked him if he is hiding anything from him. Zeke asked him if something is wrong. He asked him if he is also hiding something from him. Decker did not know what to say. Our boy told him that he was simply joking. Decker asked his master about the reason why he suddenly changed. Zeke told him that he is asking the wrong question. With a scary look on his face, he told his servant that he should be asking him why he changed now. He assured him that many more things will change from now on. He said that things are simply going to be in their rightful place. He told the man that he simply needs to follow him. Decker bowed his head and told his master that he understands. He revealed to him that he has already prepared the training room he asked for. Zeke told the man that he likes the fact that he is always fast. Decker told his master that he will see him later. Our boy stepped out of the room and asked the man to rest. Zeke realized that he needed to keep Decker close in case he was ordered to keep an eye on him. He wanted to get some information out of the man. The problem our boy had was that he did not know who ordered Decker to keep an eye on him. He was certain that it was not someone from his mother's family. He believed that it must be one of his siblings. When Zeke arrived at the training room, he took a look around. He was surprised to see how big a personal training room is. He said that his household really lives up to its name. He decided to check out the system before he starts training. The system presented his information to him. Zeke noticed that his slash skill is now at the proficient stage. He wondered if his skills go up the more he uses it. He remembered that the skill was naturally activated based on his actions. He wondered if he already had the skill before his regression. He wondered if another skill will be added if he learns something new. He was also curious about the difference between skill and class skill. He knew that the two of them were activated in the same way. He noticed that the draconian skill was locked. The system told him that he is unable to view the skill. It told him that he needs 10 points to unlock it. When he tapped on karma points, the system informed him that he can earn karma points by killing monsters. He currently had 0 karma point. Zeke remembered that there are a large amount of monsters in dungeons. Unfortunately, he has to be on the level of a purple knight before he can get into a dungeon. Zeke was more curious as to why he regressed to the past and what the system is. The skills and the class made him realize that his current situation is related to the ancient relic. However, he had very little information about the relic. Our boy decided to not think too much about it. He picked up a sword and said that he is willing to use anything to become stronger, whether it is the system or a Draker. There are 2 known powers in this world, the aura of the knights and the mana of the mages. Knights reinforce their aura in their dantian, while mages handle their mana through circles. The 2 powers are on opposite ends of the spectrum. If you awaken one, you cannot awaken the other. Unfortunately for Zeke, he was not able to awaken neither his dantian nor his circle. He was abandoned by his household. He met his master during his vagabond days. His master taught him a lot of things, but the most useful thing he taught him was healing in the Ether Hall. Through the Ether Hall, which his master developed, Zeke was able to handle the energy of nature, which is known as ether. Zeke and his master are the only ether users in the world. After training for 2 hours, our boy's hands were covered with blood. He felt like he was going to collapse. He decided to end his training for the day. The moment he thought of this, his class skills, which are known as healing and vigor recovery, activated. Zeke's body was healed. His hands stopped bleeding. Healing is a rare skill that our boy did not even know existed until he met his master. If he were to use this skill in front of people, they would treat him as an irregular. This is why he was unable to use it during his fight against Liam. He had to quickly return to his room in order to heal himself. Since he had recovered, Zeke decided to keep training. In the evening, we see our boy covered in sweat. He realized that it was already dinner time. He took a look at the training room. He had destroyed the ground with his sword slashes. He wondered about what he was going to tell Decker. A week later, we are taken to the Cradle's cafeteria. We see the students talking about how Zeke has become a completely different person. Some of them could not believe that the loser had changed. They wondered if he dabbled in black magic. One of them said that he hopes Zeke humbles the other strong students. In another part of the cafeteria, we see a large amount of food on a table. This part was quite fancy. We see the crazy girl from before eating steak. The girl is known as Raina Torrent. A boy known as Owen Zimmons advised Leon to eat even if he doesn't have an appetite. He told him that he needs his energy for the swordsmanship duel. Leon asked Owen if he is trying to piss him off. Owen told him that he was just trying to be nice. He told him that his inferiority complex is really bad. Leon slammed his hand on the table. He asked him to repeat what he said. When he hit the table, he made Raina drop her steak. The girl glared at him. The boy became nervous when he saw the look on her face. Jakin asked the group about what they're going to do. Although he didn't mention Zeke's name, they all knew that he was talking about our boy. Owen said that the Pancratian was impressive even though it was savage. He told them that Zeke will be terrible at swordsmanship. With a smile on his face, he asked his friends about what Zeke will do when he can barely hold up a sword. Leon agreed with Owen. He remembered that Zeke was so weak that he had to get a customized sword because the basic ones were too heavy for him. He said that it doesn't make sense that he lost to an inferior piece of shit. Jakin and his other friends were already tired of the idiot's inferiority complex. Leon told his friends that Zeke won against him in Pancration by luck. With a serious look on her face, Reyna asked him if he believed such nonsense. Leon became quiet. Reyna stood up and told the boys that they do not have the right to be knights in the Draker household if they believe in trash like that. She walked away after saying this. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want more of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.